Power BI environment. But before we dive into that, remember that the last time we said that we were going to look at the data properly and understand what is in our data and see possible insights that we can generate from this data. And for us to do that, we just get back to our table view. This is the data that we cleaned the last time. And from this table view, what we can see here is that this data has is a staff data that contains the details of the staff members of this organization. We have their IDs, their name, the day that they were employed, their salary, their date of birth, gender, department, location, and rating. All right. Now, these are the things that we have been provided. What possible problem could this organization be facing that they will need a data analyst to come through for them? Maybe their records are not tallying. Maybe they don't understand what the various departments in various places are doing, and in the various locations, as you can see here, are doing anymore. Probably they are having some discrepancies in knowing the salary that each department or each person takes home. Or probably they want to know the gender ratio. Maybe they want to know if they will employ more male or female in this organization, and it's like difficult for them. Or they want to understand the part, or they want to know the department that the rating is very much on the average, to know what to do to encourage them to do better. Those ones that are not doing well at all, to know what to do to those ones, either to scrape, if they want to scrape them out, and the rest of that. So these are the possible questions that the organization, or possible problems this organization might be facing, and they called you as a data analyst to please come and help them. Let's say their problem is from the department, so we'll be focusing on the department, the department, to see how to generate possible insights that we can generate from this department and use it to create some value in this organization. Probably to know the department that functions better and how to encourage them to keep doing what they are doing. Probably to know the gender ratio in all the departments that they have. To know, like I said earlier, if they can increase or decrease maybe male to female. To know what else? Probably the salary, the department to increase their salary depending on their rating or their outcome, and or what have you. Or probably to know the number of staff that were employed from across the departments from the time they started their opening up for employment, or from the time frame that this data was collected. These are the possible insights that we can generate from this data. So without further ado, let's go straight into it. We go back into our report view. But before we start off, we say that data visualization is the process of using charts, to create interactive and visually appealing dashboards that will help to transform raw data into meaningful insights. Now, like I said, you can use charts, you can use maps, you can use tables, you can use sliders. And in the process of using these things, you tell a story that is coherent, story that, that lines up. And that is what we'll try to do this with the information that we have in this data. So before let's get right into it. But before we start visualizing some of the insights that we might be generating, this is our report view. This is where our data is. This is where we have the information that we want to work on. All right. Before we start this, our report has to have a title. We will give it a title. And then there is this with things, something we call KPIs, key performance indicators. These are like a summary of everything that is happening in your data. When somebody looks at your report, the first things that they will see, these are the general summary of everything that is happening in your data. In this case, it might be the summary of the sum of the total staff members that you are working on, the number of people you're working on, the number of locations, and the rest of that. Like key performance indicators. These are key things that is obtained from your data, and we're going to have it on a screen, all right, very shortly. So let's just dive into it straight up. We start with our text box, because we want to give our report a name. So let's say the name is Dexter, or we can, anyway, Dexter staff reports. Let's call it Dexter staff reports. And we can highlight this and then increase the fonts to this. Okay, expand this and reduce this. Can bring this to the center and still keep this here, something like this. You can increase it some more. Okay, maybe 40, and sorry, expand it some more so that everything will come in. Can equally still change this font to whatever that you want. This is not good, you can bring another one. Okay, let's say this is what we want. We can add some effects to it. We can do some designs, give it some designs. You can give it a visual border this way, give it a rounded border this way, right? Good. And then probably we give it a shadow. Good. And our text, we can change the color. But let's change the color of this, just that one. Let's give it a red. Something like this. I think this should be okay. All right, and make it bold, make all of them bold enough. Let's see what we have. Make it bold. Good. Now it's looking like what we want. And then our visual border, we don't want any background, so take it out. Our visual border, the lines, we can make it thicker, just to make it look a bit solid. Good. Yes. Okay, this is okay for us. We can still reduce the length if we feel that it's too much. All right. Can take this here, and this is fine. This is fine. Now we can import a logo. The people you're working for should have a logo. You go to insert, go to import. If you have the image, you should have the image, right, of the organization that you're working for. Right, let's make it like this and take it up here. Good. Can choose to give it a shadow as well. Give it a shadow, and that's okay. Now the next thing we want to do here is to put our KPIs, like I said, key performance indicators. So what are these things? From our data here, we see the location. We want to put the total location where this data was pulled out from. We want to put the total gender that we have. We want to put the summary, the sum of people that are involved in this data. And how do we do that? We get our card visuals. All right, and see, let's put it here. Take it up here, and first of all, staff ID. The staff ID is the total sum of people that are in this organization. Yeah, so we can come to this place. This is a lot big. We reduce it some more. Can come to this place and go to okay, let's start with here. Color category label, we remove it, we put it off, we don't want it. We can reduce this, reduce the size of this. I think this is okay. Make it bold. All right, and then good. Okay, and the color black. All right, now we can go to general, go to effects, and what are we going to do? Take out the background, give it a shadow. We can reduce this. All right, and then we give it a title, put it on. The title is total staff members, total staff. Let's leave it at that. We can increase the fonts. Okay, make it bold and bring it to the, align it to the center, and the font color, we can give it a light red. Okay, sorry, the font color, yeah, say we want it to be a little light, something like this. Good, think this should be okay. And now, right, this is its total staff members, number of staff that we have in this organization. Just for sakes of uniformity, I'll copy and paste this same. Sorry, this is not what I want to do. Right, okay, this is let's reduce this. We're going to reduce this, right, and reduce this and reduce this as well. It's not the size we want, it's too large. Reduce the font size. So let's be 32. Okay, you should do. Right. Okay, back to our work. For sakes of uniformity, I'll copy this, paste it here. The grid lines are there to make sure that there is uniformity for probably the 3 or 4 KPIs that we are going to find. Okay, so this is this. So for this, we're just going to change it to location. Uncheck this and check this. We want the total location, so we do a distance count. Total location that we have, we do a distance count. We come to this place, come to general, say come to title and change it to total location. Location. I think the size is too much. We reduce this. Yes, to 20. Let's reduce this as well to 20 so that everything will be uniform. Same with this. Let's reduce this to 20 as well so that I just come here one time and let's reduce this to 22. Okay, now the next thing we want to check out for is what? The gender. We have how many gender here? We have 2. That is male and female. What else? Okay, the total sum of department sum. We say sum of the department sum, 12 departments. So I'll just go here and change the title. Total, this is gender total or total gender. We just have male and female, so it's 2 gender. And here we have total department. Total department. Good. Yeah, and then that will be it. Right. The next thing for us is to start showing our, okay, before then, we want to use our slicer to show the time frame. All right. This data was collected from which time to which time. So we just go to our slicer here. Yeah, coming. Let's use this one. And we would go to date employed. This data was collected over from which year to which year. Take this up here, and then we get back to this place and try to edit it. Increase the values inside it. Let's see what's inside it. Okay, I think this is okay. And make it bold. We can change the font color to red. Right. Think this red is okay. Good. What else can we do? We can change the font type if we so wish. Right. And it's working. And then what else? Our background, we want it like that. Pick out the slider. I don't need it. We don't need it actually here. Header. I don't want it there. So this is this. I can take this up to this place. Take this up here. Right. All right. Then go to general setting. I'll go to effects, no background, visual border, no, leave it at this. Okay, I think this is okay. This should be fine. Now this is okay for us, I think so. Yeah, I think this is working. Now the next thing left for us to do is to find what our KPIs, sorry, to put in our insight. First of all, we want to find the total number of people that is in each department. So we bring in our column charts. Let's use this here. Okay. And we say department on the x-axis and the staff ID on the y-axis. Right? The department with the highest staff, that's what we want to see here. So we can reduce this rather, straight it out here. Go to our format visual on the x-axis. We can increase the font a bit, a step further, make it bolder, change the font type if you so wish. Okay, let's use this. I need something that is bold. Anyway, the color here, black. Good. All right. The title is doesn't need to be there. We take it out. On the y-axis, we can take out the values and take out the title. Now, our data labels, the columns, we can put a better color, probably something that is lighter. This, good, so that it can tally with what we have, with the color on the screen, and then data labels, we can put it on this. Values, make it bold. You can increase it though if you want. And then you go to the general, go to effects, we take out the background. We can put our shadow here and then give it a title. This is the total sum of staff across the departments. Yes, you don't use count of. You call this total staff members, or sum of staff members. Not sum, is count of staff members across the department. Yeah, count of staff members. I'm looking for a shorter name to give to this. What do we call this now? What do we call this now? Let's just leave it at count of staff members. Bring this here. Bring this here, and we can make the color red. Let's take this up a little bit so that we have our space here. Good. So I can take this up and can stretch it too if I so want to, however I want to do it. Let's see what we have. Good. This is our count of staff members. You can choose to remove this or the data labels, to put it inside. This is the data labels. Let's see. Let's position it inside this. Good. It's better here. Okay. Now, this is that for this. We have the count of staff members across the various departments. I have 87 people in the legal department. We can use this. I think this works better. Sorry. Let's use this. Yeah. I think this works better for this. This works better so that the names of the departments can show. Right? Marketing. This is good. Yeah, so this is the count of staff members across the department. Right now, what else can we find from here? We could say, let's check out the gender ratio across the department. So we can use our let's use our pie chart, bring it over here, or let's leave it around here, somewhere around here. All right, and say we want our department to be in the details, and staff members in staff departments in the values and staff in the details. We don't want to see one distance count. Let's see the departments. Sorry. And gender, sorry, and gender. Yes, I was doing the staff ID, the gender. That is what we need to find. We want to find the gender distribution, gender ratio, gender distribution across the various departments. So we get back to this place. We go to our legend. Let's leave the legend on. Male and female. We can change the color to something like this and something like that. Oh no, like this, right? Does it depict our the exact color? I think it does. Okay, so haven't done this. Label details, we can just let's allow it on and let's increase it so that anybody looking at it will know that okay, this is this, that is that. But does male are males represented with red? That's another. But anyway, we want to do something that is uniform. We want to do something that would tally just the values alone. We don't need the percentage data value. Yeah, we have to do something that tallies with what we have, with the colors that we are working on. You would ask, why am I leaving spaces everywhere? I would just calm down and you see how I would use other charts to fill it up. Right. So the gender distribution here, I think this is too big, so I will reduce it. Reduce this. Good. This is fine. Let's get to the general and see the effects. Obviously, it has to, it should have. Right. Gender ratio, where the title will say it's what gender ratio across the departments. Find gender ratio across departments. Across departments. That's fine. And then put the color as red as well, so that everything will carry the same uniform color. Okay, and what else? We can put an effect to it. Our background, just put it off. Yeah, and then visual border is off. Shadow, yeah. Okay, header icons, no, this off. I think this is pretty much it from here. It's okay. Let's see what we have. We have the gender ratio here. Now this is the gender ratio across the departments. Okay, now the total salary that is the departments receive, each department, the total salary that they receive. Can take this back to this place. We have the salary on the y-axis and the department on the x-axis. Still see the legal department topping the game. The legal department, they are topping the game, right? Just for everything to be accommodated. We will stretch this like this. Okay. take this back a little bit. This is good. Now, the departments with the highest salary. This, get back to our y-axis. On the y-axis, we have this, make it bold. We can increase it one bit, right? And then font, make it thick black. That is fine. And then the title on the y-axis can go. The layout, it's okay. And on the x-axis, we can just put certain things off. Put this off. Put this off. This is just a simple dashboard. Okay. This. Okay. Our bars. Give it a color. Let's give it that same color as this. Good. And then data labels, put it on. And let us still put it at the base. The position should be at the base. Let's see. The value, make it bold. And please, I want the position to be at the base. Can increase this. Right. Sorry. Color is red. Value title is off. Position is at the base. So the position, we'll put it at the base, a side base. Yeah, so that is fine. When we get to the general, we go to effects, and as usual, we would add our shadow. Good. Okay, it's looking more like it. It's looking like it. Looking more like it. Let me bring this in a little bit so that the shadow will be seen. Yeah. Now, want to see the rate at which, the salary. Sorry, let's write the title here. The salary across the departments. The salary across departments. Sorry, across departments. Right. We can make this bold, increase the fonts, and then bring this to the center here and increase and change the color so that it will just be like the other ones. And this is fine now. Good. We are getting somewhere. Our dashboard is looking more like it. Okay. Now the next thing, we want to see the distribution, how probably what the way people were employed across the departments. So we want to use our line chart. Let's bring this in here. Let's bring this in. So checking out the year that the departments had the highest employment, or the year or the month, depending on which one you want to check, the month that they experienced the highest employment. Let's use this, and months employed, the x-axis, and then the department on the y-axis. You see that in the month of January, they had about 70, people across the various departments, and 85 in May and 81. So it was in May that this organization had their highest employment. And like I always say, when you want to represent time series data, you use a line chart. All right. If you want to include the quarter in it, it's possible. This is for the months. If you go down a bit, if you go down, you would see the quarter here. Right. This is for quarter one, quarter two. Between quarter two and quarter three, 235, 241. Between quarter two and quarter three in the year, that was when this organization employed the highest number of people. That's when they employed the highest staff members across the years. All right, so we can still go forward here to edit this and we say this, increase this a little and make this bold and give it a very good black color so it will be bolder. And what else? I think this is good for this. And then we go down to the title. We don't need the title, we just can remove it. And then we get down to the y-axis, and everything here is off. We take this off, take this off as well. We don't need those grid lines. And the lines, we can give it a very good color, solid. Yeah, the width, you can increase it. All right, now, and the color, we can change it to how the other ones are looking. Nice one. Right. The shade area, if you want to put it on, fine. All right. Now, if you want to put markers as well, you can, but I don't see the need for all of that. Okay, you can put on your data labels as it is in the other ones. Okay, for easy understanding. And these values, you can make it bold like the other ones, increase the size, give it the font color of red, and get back to this place. Go to effects, take out the background. We don't want the background, we just want it to be as the other ones, right? And then the title is going to be the because we have across quarter and across the months, right? Yeah, so this is for the months. Okay, so we have the count of departments, or the sum of people employed across the month and the quarter, the total sum, or total sum of employees, total sum of employees across the months and the quarter. Good. And we can make it bold again and bring it here and change the color. Change the color to red. Sorry, not here. Here, change the color to red. Reason I'm doing all this is so that it will tally with the other ones. Now, our dashboard is looking, yeah, it's looking like something. Okay, now I want to put my slicer somewhere here. Okay, good job. Just entered where exactly I want it to be. And drag it down. Since what we are working on today is the department, I want the departments, the various departments to be there. If you want to see exactly what is happening in one department, you can click on that. Or if you want to see the ratings of those departments, right? Probably we can just put our ratings there. Okay. Now, in the accounting department, if you want to know people that are on the average, people that are excellent, people that are on the accounting department, all you need is just for the all these other ones, just click on this and it just show you the figure for just the accounting department. This is the total staff members in the accounting department, and this number is the number that when they were 28, they were on an average, and the salary, total salary, all of them were in at that point was 1.54. And if you scroll down, we have about 17 male and 11 at the point they were 28, and this is the number of people that they employed across the years, that summed out to the 28. If you click on excellent, you see only about four, and their total sum of the salary was this. All right, and they were like two guys and two females, and they were doing excellently well. All right, and there was just one across the months. If you click on poor, about 15 people, this is the total sum of their salary. You see, so that it looks as if the more people they employed, the less effective they became. All right. So what could be the problem? What could be the problem? This is what you have seen from your analysis, that the more people they employed, the less effective they became. Now this is when they were just seven. This is very good. All right. Let's see very poor. Oh boy. Okay, they were just one. So this one can be understood. All right. So across the various departments, we can see this, we can see their ratings as well from there. All right, and just one people and the rest of that. Now we can get to this place and edit this. All right, let's see what's here. Department and rating. Okay, let's see if we can reduce this. No, let's leave it at that. Let's increase it, make the color red. And we already know his department and rating. The borders. Let's see. Let's see. No, let's give it a black. Tick black. That will be fine. So whatever department you want to see their rating, you could just tick and it will show you. And the values that we have. Let's see. Make it bold. Right. And then the colors are okay. I think let's leave the colors as black. And let's get to general. And let's get to effects. And our background, let's take it out. Visual border, let's give it a shadow like the rest of the others. Let's see what we have. Now, our stuff is getting there. Now, this is our dashboard, all right, for this organization. Okay, now you say, how about the space? You can put something else there, probably the total salary, all the staff members in this organization, all their average salary, whichever one you want, total salary or the average salary. Okay, let's say we want to put their average salary. Let's say control copy and control V. Let's put it there and say we want this to be salary. Check this and check this. And let's say we don't want the sum of the salary, well, the maximum salary. Let's say the maximum salary that is being earned in this organization. The maximum salary. Let's get to this place And let's get to this place and let's change it to maximum salary. Maximum salary, maximum 100K. Wow. Maximum salary is 100K. Then we can say that we want to give it. Okay, it already has this, and then the minimum salary. You can put it up. Copy, Control V. It's important so that if you're looking for, just to understand probably why they have maybe the way they are behaving, and what you can understand their plight. The minimum salary, let's say this is minimum salary. Jeez, just in 1,000. Oh boy, that's anyway, depending on the currency though. So we get to this place and change it to minimum. Maximum here, we call this min dot, that is minimum salary. I think with this we're good to go. Our work is good and we are good to go. We're good to go, sir. Yes. So looking at this dashboard, we can understand what is going on here. You can see that they have more people in the legal department. The legal department takes the most salary. They have more males than females in that department. The number of persons that were taken across the years, and the maximum and the minimum salary that this organization takes at the end of the day. All right. So after all of this, so what is the problem? We want to know the people that are of average. Like I said earlier, it looks as if that the more they became, the more people that were employed, the less productive they became. Now, what could be the problem? All right. What could be the problem? Probably the senior ones feels that the ones that are being employed newly should do the work. They have served their time, so the new ones should do their job. These are possible recommendations or possible counsels you can give the organization, so they can look into their organization. They can look into their organization, and probably know how to get across to these staff members and tell them that the work is not meant for just the junior ones, probably, or the people that are there that were just employed. Everybody should put their hands on deck so that productivity can be achieved. All right. This is a very good insights that you have generated from the data that you have analyzed, and it can help this organization bounce back to normal. Thank you.